A blaze in eastern Arizona has firefighters working into the night. The wildfire started around 2:30 p.m. in Pima, Arizona, located in Graham County, but firefighters believe they have it under control.
So right now we had a fire that started over here in the river, and what we're doing is we're containing it by fighting fire with fire. So we started on one side where there was a mastication line or very little vegetation, and we started over there on the east side where the Thatcher Bridge is, and we're basically bringing fire, cleaning it up, getting the tamarisk out, and doing our due diligence that way.
Captain Martin also talked about the dangers of this fire or fires like this.
So a fire like this in particular, because it's in a river bottom and there's fields surrounding it everywhere, it's actually pretty safe, even though what you see behind me looks very destructive. Nonetheless, it's very safe in what we're doing and practicing here.
When I asked Martin how did the fire start, he said that they didn't know and that the fire was still under investigation. Do you guys know how it started?
We don't. Yeah, I think it's currently under investigation.
Has it affected any wildlife? I see birds kind of flying around.
Yeah, there are some that could get impacted, but nonetheless they'll rehome somewhere down the line in the Gila River.
Martin also added that he thinks the fire will be wrapped up by the end of the night.
We don't intend it to go longer. Basically, there's you can only fight a river fire on two sides, right? You got the north side and the south side, or in this case, the east and the west. And kind of with that, you fight fire with fire, essentially. And we don't expect it to go on much longer, but yeah.
Can you explain that for those that don't know, fighting fire with fire?
Yeah, so basically what you see back here is we have a guy with a drip torch, and he's essentially creating a backfire for the head fire that was started by someone else. And there's three things that you need for fire. It's oxygen, fuel, and heat. You take one of those away and then you don't have fire anymore. So right now we're removing the fuel.
Could the wind affect you guys' efforts in doing this?
Right now it's helping us. So essentially right now it's playing to our favor. It can get dangerous just because if you look behind me, it's a roaring fire. So you don't get too close obviously to the heat, and then you practice safety.
For those in this county, Graham County, is this familiar for those that are out here, a fire of this magnitude?
Yeah, so majority of us are born and raised here in Safford. We see river fires all the time, and it's just one of the things that we deal with here. Unfortunately, tamarisk has invaded the majority of the river, which is an invasive species, and we try to eradicate that.
What is tamarisk?
Tamarisk, or it's basically an invasive tree that grows here. It's known by other names, but we always call it tamarisk, and it basically it's a huge fuel component, especially down here in the river bottom, and it's very susceptible to fire.
The term fire on fire intrigued me, and I wondered, was there any way that this could go wrong?
Before we even put fire down, we make sure all mitigating factors are in place. So we take the risk out of the situation, if that kind of makes sense. And we fight fire aggressively, having provided for safety first.
When I was on the main highway, there's a lot of cars and even all around trying to take a look. Is that common for folks to do that?
Where we were with the Pima Fire Department, the Humvee.
Yeah, I copy. Yeah. So unfortunately, man, we're gonna have to end it here pretty soon.
Watching a fire dance around has sort of a beauty to it. It does its own dance, and there's an impromptu as the wind takes a wild blaze in different directions. Like a choreographed ballroom dance, where only those that understand it would know it. And there must be some thrill for those that risk their lives to protect others. As the fire grew, I looked up at it like some sort of a monster, hoping I didn't have to make a quick escape, yet daring it to move over the dirt. Captain Martin trudged over a ditch to take on his foe while I dodged the line of cars looking to take in the summer blaze. Hopefully the Hotshots will have it put out by daybreak, but it's only a matter of time until they get that call to face their formidable opponent once again.